right? Let's move forward. So, another important point. So marginal cost curve crosses the average total cost curve at efficient scale. What we call the efficient scale? The bottom of the U-shaped curve where every total cost is minimum is called efficient scale, right? So this bottom is called efficient scale. So you see that the MC, it crosses from the efficient scale, right? Look at your graphs. Is it like the case? Right? Please confirm. The marginal cost curve crosses the average total cost at its minimum. So it also gives you the idea where you need to produce. You need to produce where MC crosses the average total cost. But that quantity will be, sorry guys, that quantity is called max. Why max? Because by producing that quantity, your average total cost will be lowest. So you will be maximizing the profit. So that's why we call that quantity Q max. So many of the students, they ask me, sir, that should be minimum because we are minimizing our cost. So minimizing our cost will lead to maximizing the profit. So that quantity is called profit maximizing quantity, right? And another way to find out that where we need to produce, so that is the biggest decision making step in our production. Where we need to produce, we need to produce where our cost is minimum, and our cost is minimum at where MC crosses the efficient scale, right? Any question? Okay, let's move forward. So it is now time to examine the relationship that exists between different measures of the cost. Here we go. So this is another example. So I'm not, that is not the example that we did in our class activity. This is another example. So I'm not going to give you that one again because we already filled that. So this is the MC. So when we have a more data, so marginal cost decline first and then start increasing. And average total cost curve is a U shape. If we have more points here, so it will be like going like this. And then we have average variable cost, which is also lower than the average total cost. Why? Because average total cost is equal to average fixed cost plus average variable cost. So average total cost will always be above than the average fixed cost and average variable cost. The average fixed cost is always decreasing, right? So here we go. Now, marginal cost eventually rises with the quantity of output. Even if you go to your class activity, you see that when production rises, marginal cost also rises, right? We also confirm that the average total cost is a U-shaped curve, right? U-shaped curve. We're going like this. If you have more data, it will be like this, right? And the marginal cost curve crosses the average total cost at the minimum of average total cost curve. So you see here, like that. So in our previous exam, here, you see here, so you see the minimum bottom line is like this bottom, and then it's slightly increasing, increasing. So it crosses the MC, crosses the average total cost at yes, efficient scale, right? Minimum means efficient scale. Okay, did we finish our all discussion? Yes. So if you understand that, then please answer this concept. David, Faik, and Isaac.
Yes.
When marginal cost is less than average total cost, what is the answer here?
B, average variable cost must be falling.
So if you don't understand that, then just make an equation as well, or inequality as well. When marginal cost less than average total cost, what must be the case?
Oh, sorry.
It's the average total cost
Yes.
falling.
Yeah.
Right? Answer is C, not A.
My bad.
Yeah, I think they got confused between variable and total.
Mm-hmm.
So that's total variable, not total.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Understand, or do I need to repeat that?
No, I get it.
Others? Marilyn, Miria, Osama, Pinyo? Obvious?
Yeah.
Do I need to repeat that? Okay.
I understood.
Good. Now answer this question. Let me read that. At all levels of production, beyond the point where marginal cost curve crosses the average variable cost curve, average variable cost, look at your drawing. Are we talking about the left-hand side or right-hand side? Or you can draw. Average variable cost also is like that, but below the average total cost. So this is the MC. So which part we are talking about? Are we talking about the right-hand side or left-hand side? At all level of production beyond the point where marginal cost curve crosses the average variable cost curve, average variable cost,
Right.
obvious, right? You see, it's rising. If you don't understand the question, just draw the graph and you will find out the answer. Right? Everybody is clear about this question? David?
Mm-hmm.
Pinyo? Suho?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Now answer this question. Which of the following is most likely to represent? So what is the average total cost? Osama? What is the average total cost? Osama, can you hear us? Okay, Dijodi.
C, sir.
Average total cost. Look at your graph and find out that which one is on the top, average total cost or average variable cost or average fixed cost. Average total cost is B. C would be the, okay.
Variable cost.
Tell me, what is the average fixed cost? Who is the average fixed cost?
It's
D.
Why D?
it's the lowest one.
Not the lowest one. It's because it's always decreasing. There is no chance it will increase. Okay, there is no chance it will increase. Why? Because whenever we produce more, because fixed cost is fixed, it would be divided with a greater number. When it will be divided with a greater number, it always minimizes. So it is always decreasing. So that would be average fixed cost. This would be average total cost. What is the average variable cost? A or C?
C.
It's A or C,
It's C.
right? Because A cannot be Y, because what is the formula for average total cost? Average fixed cost plus average variable cost. So it means average total cost will be above, then average fixed, and then average variable. So average total cost will be above, and then rest of the curve is going to be on the downside here. So all one are clear. Then the last one is the average. Sorry, the last one is the marginal cost. A is the marginal cost. Why? Because marginal cost is the cost that crosses the average total cost at its minimum, right? So this is the efficient scale. So we have to produce here, right? Everybody understand that?
Yes.
Or
Yes.
do I need to repeat it? Clear? Let's move forward. Now let's talk about the practical scenarios. So that is exactly the same exam type questions that I'm going to be asking. Whatever we are doing, concept checkers, practical examples, the scenarios, all you have to do, you have to pick the right answer. And in addition to, we're going to have the true false. So I already uploaded the practice questions on our Blackboard under practice question tab. You click over there and download the chapters, MCQs and true false, right? So there are going to be more than 400 questions over there, so you can practice according to your capacity. Okay, I would suggest if you do at least 100 to 200 questions per chapter, you are in a good shape. Okay, let's talk about this scenario. Suppose that if firm experiences